The National Identity Management Commission says the new National Identity Card is a single multi-purpose card and not three separate cards. The head of corporate communications at NIMC, Kayode Adegoke, disclosed this. On April 5, the Commission announced that it had collaborated with the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System to launch a new card with payment functionality for all types of social and financial services. According to the NIMC, the new National ID card is a single, convenient, and general multipurpose card, eliminating the need for multiple cards. NIMC adds that the single general multipurpose national payment card, called GMPC, has multiple use cases that includes payments and financial, including government intervention and services, with travels, amongst other uses. Joining us on the news at this time to discuss this further is Dr. Oludari Akinlaja, Managing Partner, OAR&D Company. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Akinlaja, on the news.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So first, are you impressed about this new multipurpose card that is to be used by Nigerians?
Thank you. If you say impressed, it sounds beautiful, but I don't think it is necessary. What I mean by that is we have too many conflicting policies coming up. It's just going to make it a bit more complex. Okay, the national identity card we already have, people are finding it difficult to access at some point. It's a bit cumbersome. You then now want to create another. So sometimes I get tired of doing we are trying to do too many things when I think there can be a simpler way to get it done. Yeah, so that's what I think, really.
And a lot of people have talked about the need for the harmonization of Nigeria's database so as to eliminate these multiple cards and multiple banking of the Nigerian population. So don't you think, well, you said it anyway, that you're not too comfortable with this new initiative, but then don't you think it is high time that at this point Nigeria harmonizes its database?
Yes, we should harmonize our database, but do you need a card to harmonize your database? You don't need a card. Globally, everybody just has a social security number. It's an identity tag that identifies you anywhere that you go. We have the BVN, we have the NIN, we have the, so there are too many conflicting numbers, as the case may be. And the way data works, data assigns figures and numbers to people. All right. So if you say on one card you have a BVN, on another card you have your account number, on another you have your voter's registration number, on another you have. So those are too many. Can each person just have one social security or identity number? That's the most important. The card is not the issue. Can you have a unified or one identity on the database in the bank, in the hospital, in the police station, in government? You have one identity number. That's what is important, really.
Well, we don't know whether the previous cards will be eliminated, but the Nigerian government has come out to say that this is a multi-purpose card that will be used for payments, for finances, transactions, identification, even government services, accessing private services, travels, and all that. But the question I want to ask is, as regards this card, do you think there are potential challenges or maybe drawbacks that might arise as a result of this multipurpose card? Because basically it will have all the information of a particular individual residing on this card. So would there be issues regarding this card holding so much information?
1,000,001 issues. So if I have an account in Access Bank, I have another account in GT Bank, are you going to tell me that GT Bank and Access Bank will share that kind of data? Okay. so it's going to be a lot of issues. Globally, people have multiple payment cards. It's not that's not the issue. It's still the same identity thing I'm talking about. And we need to understand how this thing works. It's an identity. You want every Nigerian to have an identity. Okay, so you have a different number on your passport. It's going to bring conflicting issues. So I'll take that card. I want to go and pay for something. I use that card. I'm going to go to Access Bank. How am I going to load the card? Which bank will load the card? If I have 4 accounts, so how am I going to do it? So there's a lot of things we have not thought about in having these conversations. And also one very important thing which a lot of Nigerians will be conscious about is how safe is my data really. You know, if you're putting all of my information, my banking information, on one particular card, how safe is it?
And that calls to question the need for the protection of people's data. Now, let's just move forward from here. Now we have a multi-purpose card that contains information of people, virtually all the information, without looking at the potential bottlenecks and all. What do you think the Nigerian government can do back end to ensure that information stored on these cards are safe and people's information are not compromised and data are not breached?
Let's allow people do their job, okay? I'm sure this particular project is going to be handed over to professionals. One of the things we must allow to happen in Nigeria a lot more is to allow professionals do their jobs. Let's avoid any form of politicking. Let's avoid any form of trying to twist anybody. Let them just. This is data we're talking about. This is people's identity we're talking about. Allow professionals, you know, do their job. You know, if you can outsource it to maybe some form of professionals and allow them do their job, I'm sure it's going to be done. You see, because there's really nothing new under the sun, if I must say. You know, so there are people who are good at this, who are good at protecting people's identity. It's not really rocket science. The issue is anything that is having or has government involved in it. If you just allow the people that have been given that responsibility to carry out that task, allow them get their job done. Avoid any politicking, avoid any twisting, any trying to, you know, just let them do their job. I'm sure we can get the best out of it.
Okay, Dr. Ludari Akinlaja, Managing Partner, OAR&D Company. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. We appreciate that.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.